In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down everything you must know about Apex Trader Funding 3.0. Apex Trader Funding rules have changed again. This makes the third or fourth rule changes that they made in the last 6 months. You start to ask yourself, why? Is there regulations coming up? Is there money problems at Apex? If you didn't know, Apex Trader Funding denied thousands of payouts. Is this new 3.0 just going to lead to more denied payouts, which we don't want, which I don't want? The 5 rules that we're going to go over today, you need to know if you're going to trade with Apex Trader Funding. All right, guys, so let's get into the Apex 3.0, and we'll get into each and every aspect. I spent quite a lot of time trying to figure out the rules and getting it all gathered. All right, so there is no set payout periods, meaning that you can request a payout at any given time. This is definitely a plus, right? This is a very good thing. One of the things that I hated about the program was their payout windows. There is going to be a minimum 8 trading days required before each payout request. So it's not like the worst thing in the world, but it definitely is better than waiting 10 days and trying to hit a window. And of those 8 trading days, 8 of them need at least $100 profit to qualify for a payout. So they're kind of doing like the Topstep trader thing, but a little bit differently. For example, if you trade for 8 days, but only 3 of those days show over 100% profit, you won't qualify for a payout. Everyone has red days. It's just how trading works. But if you can minimize those, you could be looking at, getting a payout within 2 weeks or so. I don't know if this is better or worse than the other 10 days flat rule. It's probably going to result in taking longer to get a payout. All right, so I know some of you are not going to like this one, but I think it is the responsible thing to do for not only for Apex, but for traders. You need to maintain a minimum balance safety net for your first 3 payouts, 250, 2,500, and a 50K account. Now, some of you don't like this, but listen, check it. Anyone that takes out below that amount is almost guaranteed to blow the account. Therefore, it's a trap. It is nice to be able to do it, but especially on your first payout, I always say if it's your first payout, go ahead and take as much as you can out of the account. After that, though, leave in at least 2,500. So I think this is a good thing, not only for Apex, but for the traders. I know some of you don't like it, but after the third, it's removed. So, you're looking at least 3 months, 2.5 to 3 months before it is removed, and on how much money you make per day. All right, now let's get into the actual trading. What are the rules around trading? All right, 5-to-1 risk to reward ratio. This one, it doesn't really affect me personally. I never risk more than 5 to what my profit target is. So that's 5 risk to 1 reward. I do want to note though that it does not mean that you can't gain more than 5-to-1. It's meaning that you can't risk 5-1. So for example, if aiming for a 10 tick target, you can't risk more than 50 ticks on that trade. So I don't trade that way, but I'm sure some people do. For example, I'm in this trade right now. If I was aiming for 10 points, then I would not be allowed to risk more than 50 points. I don't know how they're going to enforce this. I would assume they would look at your losses and then do a risk to reward ratio based on a set of trades, which we'll get into the enforcement part here in a minute. So for example, on this trade, I risked 6 points. That means I could not take this off before it got to 1.5 points. So I'd at least have to hold it through 1.5 points, but it's already at 10 points here. So this rule is designed to curb reckless trading. You can still aim for higher rewards, just make sure your risk stays under the cap. That's what they said in the video anyways. All right, so this next rule here is my least favorite out of all of them. 30% max drawdown rule. So what does this exactly mean? This was one of the most confusing rules that I found out of all the rules. This one is the one that I was like, what in the world? So let's go over it and let me know what you think in the comments about this rule. So just take a break here for a second, guys. If you're into crypto trading or not into crypto trading, if these rules bother you that Apex is doing, well, there is other opportunities out there, guys. There is this platform kit called Pancake Swap where they put up 99% of the money you trade with, and you can't risk more than that 1% that you put into a trade. For example, I'm in 2 trades right now that are up pretty big here. The first one is $36,000 worth of trading capital in the trade. I only put up $48. Second one here is another $36,000 in USD. I only put up $48. So 99% of the capital is covered by them. There is another way. For example, you put $100 in, they're going to give you $100,000 to trade with, or close to. So you don't have to necessarily trade with Apex Trader Funding. There's lots of different ways out here, including cash accounts yourself. So I understand some of these rules may not be preferable, but if you want to play with their capital, you have to play by their rules, and we have to just play the game. I see a lot of people complaining about it, which I get. It's frustrating, but at the same time, it's their capital. You don't have to trade with them. You can go trade with another company. You can do this or that. You don't have to go that route, guys. All right, drawdown on open trades must not exceed 30% of your starting profit balance that day. But what if you don't have profits? This was my question, something I had to really dig in his videos to figure out. So if you have no profit yet, you use 30% of your trailing threshold, the safety net as your limit. Still confusing, right? So for example, for a $50,000 account, the trailing threshold is $2,500. That means you cannot lose more than $750. And from what I understand, this is a 30% per trade rule. This is what I got from the video. I wish they would just come out with a list of the rules in a written form. But for now, this is what we have to work with. Once you make profits, you switch to using 30% of your profits. Now, what if you only have $100 in profits? These are questions I had, but this is where we're at right now. So I think it's per trade. Contract scaling. So this is one rule I really don't like. I think you should feel free to trade how you want when you want, but funded accounts can only use half of their maximum contract size until safety net threshold is met. I want to remind you guys that none of these rules apply to evaluation accounts. And in the 50K account, this means that you'd only be able to trade max 5 contracts until you get past the threshold. Probation for rule violations. Although I have some information, I'm still missing some. I still don't quite understand exactly which rules that will cause this to go into effect. So for accounts flagged for frequent violations may be placed on probation, restricting payout requests temporarily. It sounds like just what they did when they decided to deny thousands of payouts and out of nowhere. This is pretty much what they did. They denied the payouts, but didn't take the money, didn't say you couldn't get the money, they just delayed it temporarily. What I was able to decipher was violating the 5-to-1 or 30% rule. So the 5-to-1 risk to reward ratio or the 30% loss per trade rule can put your account on probation. That was the only information I was really able to find, was in the specifically which rules would result in this. All right, here we are on my newsletter where I made a post about this for everybody. Okay, so let's go over it, exactly what's going on here. So you can request your payouts from any time. That has changed. It used to be certain windows that were 2 weeks apart. You now need 8 active trading days in which you make 100% $100 or more. This rule enforces a steady approach, preventing traders from relying on one big winning day alone. Approval time. Once requested, payouts are generally approved within 48 business hours. Once approved, the funds are sent within 3 business days, but many traders report receiving payouts faster. So I can validate this. This is true. There are a couple people on my Discord that have gotten their payouts within 24 hours after request. Probation violations, which we just went over. Early safety net rules. For your first 3 payouts, Apex enforces safety net. So what's my bottom line here? What do I think? So I think that Apex's constant rule changes are disruptive and show a lack of stability, to be honest with you. and it's not ideal for us traders, but the potential to turn a small amount of money into 40K within a few weeks is still very real. You can still go from having $200 to $300 and being able to turn that into 2 or 3 accounts to $6,000 to $8,000. So I didn't see any rules about how much you can withdraw. All right, so they did just update this. Let me check on that because I wasn't sure before, so I just went and double check. So you're still entitled to the first 100% of the first $25,000 per account. They're paid out 90% of your profits after that. Payouts are every 8 days. So they changed it from 100 to 50. So now it's at least 5 of those trading days have a profit of $50 or more. So no, the max payout per account has not changed. It is still, no, it's went down. No, it's okay. Let me read it off to you guys. So the maximum payout for each payout period every 8 trading days depends on the account size. So 50K account, 2,000. 100K account, 2,500. That's definitely changed. 150K account, 2,750. 30K account, 3,500. Static account, $1,000. Starting from the 6th payout and beyond, payouts can access 100% of their profits. So depending on how long it takes you, it used to be 4 months. So it may have changed. It may be quicker, or it may take you longer depending on how many green days you have. So if you follow an 8-day payout cycle, traders can receive 100% of their payouts in as few as 48 trading days. So I'm glad they uploaded this. They just did this 3 days ago. They uploaded some actual written rules. So the 30% rule is based on per trade basis at the start of the per trade daily loss limit. There is not a daily loss limit, but control to prevent excessive loss on individual trade. At any point, your combined open negative P&L should not surpass 30% of your start of day profit. Regularly monitor your trades and expose to, this is weird though. For example, if a trader starts the balance with 8,000, yeah, I get that, but for new accounts, what if you don't have any profit yet though? For new accounts with profits of less than equivalent to the trailing drawdown, so 50K account, that'd be 2,500. Okay. So if you have less than $2,500 profit, then you would go with 2,500, which would be $750. So you can't lose more than $750 per trade. That isn't bad. I'm never going to risk over that. So that's good. If you accidentally exceed it, it does not mean that the account is in trouble. If a PA account generates more than 30% of the profit in a single trading day, there will be restrictions on profit withdrawals. Once you reach your 4th month of withdrawals or are transferred to live prop trading account, the 30% rule is no longer in effect. Trade consistently until the 30% profit balance is gone. The 30% profit guideline is not set in stone for traders who follow specific systems. God, man. So the dollar cost averaging is no longer a thing. You can engage in news trading to capitalize on significant market events. No hedging, though. And as long as you don't violate the consistency rules. No AI Autobots or anything like that. You guys can read the rest of this. It's just kind of wild. Like, look at all these rules. Look, and I already went through all their videos because this wasn't up when I started making this video. So, boom. Look at this. It starts back up there. So I'll put the link to this in the description. You guys can check it out. Let me know what you think. So let me give you my opinion on this. So I think that the opportunity is still there. Although I do think Apex went through a period of money trouble. I have an inside contact that actually told me that was fact, and that they straight up were just decided one day to deny a certain amount of payouts, and they went at it as hard as they could. They specifically chose DCA because they knew a lot of traders dollar cost average in. It was the easiest rule to immediately apply to get the most payout denials. So for that, I have not forgiven Apex. I do not trust them, but I do think the opportunity is still there. I think if you trade with them with these new rules, for me, none of those rules will personally affect me at all. I don't trade with over 5 contracts. I don't risk over 50K account. I try not to risk over 250, maybe max. I might risk 300, 350. And my targets are always at least 2 ROA. So for me personally, none of these rules really affect me. I think it's better that they have the payouts set up this way. That way you don't have to wait for 4 months to get your payout, but 48 trading days. You're still looking at 9 weeks, 9.6 weeks. So it's about the same, honestly. So you go 9.6 times 7 divided by 7. So you're still looking at 67 trading day, or 67 days total. That's a little bit over 2.5 months. That's if you got your 5 trading days every day. So I think there's a lot of good things to unpack here and bad. I'm glad that they are tightening up. I don't know why they didn't get rid of the 20 accounts thing. I think that's a little bit excessive. I think having 20 accounts is kind of overkill, if you ask me. I don't think it's necessary for traders to have that. I think that's what caused a lot of these payout denials to happen in the first place. I think it directly corresponds with that guy that made $1.6 million in a 4-month period. The payout was coming. They had to get the money from somewhere. I don't think they were prepared for it, or I don't know how you wouldn't know that this was upcoming, but maybe they're expecting the kid to lose. Who knows? But I think I haven't heard of anyone getting their payouts denied since that kid got paid out. So I think they needed to come up with $1.6 million. They did so by denying people's payouts and delaying their payouts. So they denied their payouts, but they didn't deny them. They delayed them. People still got paid out. So I think that's a important thing to understand here. Even if your payouts get denied, you still got them in the next payout cycle. So as long as you weren't irresponsible in between the 2 weeks in between the next payout, you got your payout. I actually got burned by 2 traders. They hit me up for the guarantee. I paid them. And then I realized that, oh shit, they're going to actually pay these kids. Anyways, 2 of them blocked me. One dude actually gave me the money back, but the other 2 just blocked me and I can't get a hold of them. So pretty shitty thing to do, but it is what it is. It's how people are these days. I just wanted to make sure that I backed up my guarantee that if you use my code or my link, I will guarantee the payouts. Although for Apex right now, I'm not able to do so. Not until I figure out what's up with these rules and make sure that Apex is stable again. Once it's 100% stable and I can put my 100% guarantee into them, I will let you guys know, but that's not right now. So if you want to be able to catch really good trades like this and learn from me directly, I do have a Discord where I am trading every single day. Look, tomorrow I have a live trading session. Tuesday, live trading session during Power Hour. Wednesday, Master Markets live trading session. Thursday, Asia live trading session. Sunday, live at night session prep. And then on the one day the market isn't open, I do classes. So we're doing my Market Master Precision Trading class. This is a 12-week class. So it will go for 12 weeks. Every week, we're building on top of foundation on foundation. If you want to join my Discord for right now, that's included in the pricing. So if you join, you get access to the classes. Although this Saturday, the 16th, is the last day that new people coming into the Discord will get access to the classes. After that, you're going to have to wait. I might do it again. I might not. We'll have to see how it goes. But we do homework, quizzes, everything's recorded. I make sure that everyone's good when we go into it. Like, look at all these guys' homework. Look at this, beautiful. He's got in here last week. He's doing his homework. Week 2 homework, Daniel gone ticking. So high level classes every Saturday. If this would be something you're interested in, I'll put the link in the chat. The Discord's popping. We have a crypto section, we have prop section, we have the VIPs, we have market masters, we have resources, we have share trades. If we go to the testimonials here, success testimonials, like look at all these guys. Boom, 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 payout out. And this is from my teachings directly. So boom, first of many. You guys can check this out. You can join for free. So you can join for free, and then each Tuesday I do a live trading session, and then you can see what's up. You can see if it's for you or not. If it's not for you, cool. I get it. I'm not the type person where I'm going to be for everybody, but a large majority of people, I believe that I can help. If you're willing to show up and put in the work, I believe I can help you. But if you're not willing to show up, there's nothing I can do for you. Like, look at us. We're still going, guys. Like, look at all these people that are changing their lives based on my teachings and my unique strategies. So I trade in a very unique way that is so precise that most people would be in doubt of its like legit, if it's legit or not, because of how precise it is. I'm talking, my trades are to the tick. If they're not to the tick, I don't take them. Like, no joke, to the tick. Like, the way I trade, it's to the tick. No 20-point zones, no 30-point zones, to the tick. Exactly, precise price action. That's what I trade. And I also trade a lot of crypto. I just recently got into, I'd say a couple months ago, I got into trading Bitcoin with leverage, 1000% leverage. So these are my trades from today. And want like big gains here, 500% gain. I made $200 on that one. This one I made 140 and so on. So today alone, I've taken $1,000 out of this market. And I'm also doing meme coins. So something I just got into recently, but I'm also teaching all these things. So the reason I'm bringing it up is because I do teach these. So I just started out and my realized P&L is 453 in the last week. I caught this coin here on the low before it even took off. I was like probably the first 20 into this coin here. So you can see here, it just hit 5 million market cap. I bought down here at 75K market cap was my first buy. I think it was actually way under that actually. Let's take a look here. I can't exactly remember when I got into the damn thing. It's been a couple days now. All right, so for my first trade here was on this candle here. I bought $30 worth at 70K market cap. So that means that if I bought it at 70K and it's at 3.5 million, so let's go 3.5 million divided by 75,000, that is 46 times my money. If I would have held all the way through, obviously I've been adding in and getting back in, adding in and getting back in. So it went to a 10 million market cap, I believe. Yeah, so it went to a 10 mil, and I also gave everyone in my Discord this trade right when I got into it. I didn't gatekeep it all. As soon as I got into it, I was like, hey guys, I think this one's the winner that I've been looking for here. And I've made a total of 3.5 Solana, so that would be 220, like $680 off of it or something like that. So a lot of trades like these, I'm getting better and better at it, but I'm also teaching it and teaching it as I get better at it. So I believe early adopters are always the winners. And I think you really have to consider being an early adopter in any kind of like pursuit, anything you try to pursue, you should try to be first, because whoever's first always gets the largest slice of the pie. Once it becomes saturated with traders, it no longer becomes valuable. So since you guys watched until the end and you are my people, because you watched until the end, I appreciate it. I'm going to give you guys a chance to win 1 out of 2 Bulenox 50K account evaluations. I've given away over 300 evaluations so far, and I pay for these out of pocket. Bulenox is not given to me. Okay, so to enter into the giveaway, I want you to answer these 2 questions. So what do you think of Apex Trader's rules? And let me know one thing you like and one thing you don't like about their new rules. Please put in the comment. I think Apex Trader Funding's rules are, I like this about Apex Trader Funding's rules. I dislike this about Apex Trader Funding's rules. That way I can, filter out who was commenting on the video and trying to enter into the giveaway and who was just commenting on the video. And then last but not least, sign up for my newsletter. And to do that, you're going to need to go to my website. So I set up this website a few years ago now for traders, because when I first got into trader funding, it was hard to find information. It was also hard to figure out what the best discounts were and which companies I should be even messing with, because we just had fast track trading blow up. And I told people months ago in this video right here, take Profit Trader versus fast track funding. In this video, I told everybody fast track trading will be blown up within a month or so. And what happened? They blew up. So I have this website set up so you guys get with the best funding companies that are going to help ensure that you don't get with the wrong company, guys. The reason I guarantee these payouts, guys, is so that you might have something online. Because how many people pushed you towards fast track right before they blew up without any regard? Because they don't have any skin in the game. It doesn't matter to them if they go under business or not. Obviously, it matters because they won't get the partnership anymore, but they have nothing at risk. So I have my money at risk because I do guarantee it, and I have paid people on these guarantees. So all you're going to have to do is head to my website here and then go ahead and click here to sign up for a newsletter. You enter your email. It only takes a second. And if you've already done this, just please do it again. It will just delete your older email. Yeah, so some of you guys have probably done multiple giveaways, and that's cool, but just go ahead and put it in there again. That way I can put you in the bucket that entered into the giveaway. But yeah, you just put your email in there, push subscribe. No other questions are asked of you. Nothing is asked of you. So I think Take Profit Trader is the best funding company for traders getting payouts. Their evaluations are pretty expensive, but the fact is payouts from day one, multiple payouts per day. You get your payouts within 12 hours after, not even. If you request your payout, let's say on day one you made $4,000, you can request your payout that day. It could be an hour after you got your funded account. If it's during your session hours, you'll get your payout within 4 hours. If it is during the evening, you'll get your payout within 12. That's faster than even a cash account. So Bulenox, I think, is the best company for traders who are starting out because of the low price of their option, or their accounts are very low priced. I may be a little bit biased though, because this is the funding company that I went with when I first started trading, and it's the funding company that I got my first major payouts with. It's the funding company that I used to quit my job. If you use the code PROVEN50, it will get you the best discount on Apex Trader funding anytime. Tick Trader just introduced new straight to funded accounts. A lot of you guys were into fast track. Well, check it. Tick Trader has the best straight to funded accounts in the game. So if you use the code 50, it will get you 50% off right now. It's pretty good pricing. I would definitely check them out if you guys are into straight to funded accounts. They have the best in the game by far, and they just added trading view as well, so it's definitely plus. All right, guys, so I'm gonna wrap the video up here. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments. And if you know of any new funding companies that fit the following criteria, please put them in the comments and I will check them out. Number one, they've had to have been around for at least 3 months. Number two, they don't have a stupid consistency rule that's like 20, 30%. I'm looking for new funding companies that have, you know, like 50%, but not 30 or 20 in the funded accounts. That's ridiculous. And I mean by profits made. So like your max profits per day can't be more than 20% of your threshold or whatever. And that they have CEO that's active in social media. I'm definitely interested in a company like that. A lot of you guys asked about my Forex funding. So check it, guys. I already made a video about them. I'll put the link to that in the description as well. So in the video, I talk about how the CEO is just a piece of trash. He's already bankrupted a funding company before, which he gave no refunds on that. He was out the game for a couple years. He's came back and now everyone's forgotten. So imagine Fast Track CEO coming back in a couple years and then doing what he just did again. Would you be okay with people trading with this dude? Would you just be like, yeah, it's whatever. I forgive you, man. Fuck no. You're going to be like, everyone stay away. This guy is bad news. So that's what I did with Matt Leach. In the video, I went in depth about how he's just a dirtbag and how he bankrupted a company. He has stolen funds from a previous company he worked at. He's just an all-around bad dude. And I made it clear in that video. So what he did is he got on YouTube's creator tools that are for creators, not for him, but they're for people that make videos. And he said I stole his content. And YouTube has a policy where they act first, ask questions later. There's nothing I can do about it. I took the video down. He put in one of my he put in the comments before it was taken down. I'll take down another one if you put another one up too. And you can only get a certain amount of those strikes before YouTube will ban you from creating videos. So For me, it's not worth the risk to put up another video, but I can put my video in the comments and then you can watch it on Descript's platform. You can check it out for yourself. See the proof I provide in the video. I'm very in depth. I spent over a month researching about this guy to make sure I had all my, I didn't want to come out the gate without all my T's crossed and my I's dotted. So I made sure I had all the evidence provided, broke everything down. Everything I say in the video is 100% true and factual. That guy is a piece of dirt, guys. And I would stay as far away from anything he touches as you can, because my thinking is it took him about 2 years to bankrupt the first company and cash out, because that's what these guys do. They get enough people worked up and then they cash out. They take everyone's money, they move it offshore or do whatever they do with it, put it into crypto, wash it. They're stealing everyone's money all at once. They just shut down the business out of nowhere. They sell evaluations up until the last day, and then they take everyone's money and they disappear for a couple years. So that's what he did. So please stay away from him, guys. If you want to take the risk now, that's fine. But when he does bankrupt that company, I will tell you, I told you so. I'll still feel bad for you, but I'll tell you, hey, I tried to warn you, man. So any company but that company, let me know in the comments what they are, and I will take a look at them. Peace out, guys.